So remember how we were in Green Hill Zone and it was all fun and entertaining? Well, we're in Marble Zone now, so the fun stops here. Indeed, this area is fairly annoying and it's got some annoying traps and even worse enemies. Well, enemy. That guy right there, that's a caterpillar. You need to jump or spin into him at just the right spot, otherwise you'll hit a spike and it will damage you, which is really annoying. Also, yes, they are actually called caterpillars, and remember, Dr. Robotnik, the main villain of this game, did indeed name them. The evil scientist named his robots caterpillars. Remember, the things he's doing are technically horrifying. I mean, he's forcing animals into machines and using them to control said machines, or more of a power source really, but anyway, enough of that. Reason I dislike this stage? For reasons like this, basically. This stage has a lot of moments where you're just waiting around. For example, there was that segment where you were just pushing a block onto a switch, because that's exactly what I want to be doing when I'm playing Sonic the Hedgehog. And there are other segments such as this where you just have to wait for platforms to come down. This is just annoying, and oh, look at that! These little spiked thingamajigs. They try to crush you. So do be careful, don't rush your way through there, otherwise it'll just come down right at you, and, well, sometimes they'll only damage you, like these first few. Some of them can crush you if they smush you into the ground, so do beware of that. Oh, or into the ceiling. The ceiling is also a thing that can happen. Basically, don't get crushed is what I'm trying to say. Very helpful advice. Hey kids, to play this video game, don't die. In fact, preferably you shouldn't get hit at all. Thankfully, that first stage is actually really short. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's mercifully short. Alright, back to the drunk zone. Oh boy. So yes, by the way, those little mint candies that give you a certain direction, there's really no point in paying attention to them. I mean, they do change depending on where the area is tilted, but even then they still lie to you all the time, so just ignore what they say. Never trust the mint candies, kids. Just don't do it. This special stage is actually fairly easy, though. You always have to be moving towards the center, because if you're not moving towards the center, you're probably going to hit a gold block. But that's over and done with, and now we have half the Chaos Emeralds. We are going to be done with this by the third zone, and I'm not kidding about that at all. Alright, Act 2, more of the same. So yes, we did actually get to move around a bit in that first act, so it wasn't too bad as far as waiting around goes. And actually I do kind of like that trap, that very different looking platform that sets on fire. That's actually a pretty good trap, because you notice it, and even when you jump onto it the first time, it moves slow enough where you're probably going to get the idea to move right off the platform, so it's not like it's a cheap trick or anything, but it's also a neat obstacle that has you keep moving, so I like it. Unlike these segments where you have to push a block onto lava, and then it just drifts across the lava and you have to wait for it, and there are lava falls, but usually you won't come into contact with them, because it's at least well set up. And hey, another section where we get to move a bit. Wow, moving in a Sonic game. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be running all the time, there should be some platforming involved, but you know, in any other area, you're free to stop if you want and then keep going, but this stage does outright force you to stop a lot. Okay, I get it. I get it, game. Swinging pendulums. Oh, jeez. And I lost my shield. Oh, and also, if you don't hit caterpillars correctly, they can explode and their parts bounce along, which is just so annoying. Because, of course, that can come back to bite you if you go too fast and get ahead of them. But yes, more of these segments. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I don't like. Like the pendulum parts, okay, that's fine. The little lava chase, that's okay. You know, bits and pieces of platforming, that's a-okay, but this is just, oh hey! Wait for this block to move across the lava very slowly and jump at the right time. You got plenty of time to jump, so it's not like it's a huge problem or anything. Oh no! Slopes, why? Again, I'm fairly certain that slopes were a pretty big thing when they were made in Sonic. How did I even make that mistake? But anyway, yeah, slopes were apparently a fairly big feat back in the day, so I guess this game is technically impressive. And unfortunately, it might have seemed like we were almost at the end of the stage, but no, it still keeps going, because why wouldn't it? At least the music's half decent. It's not really one of my favorite songs in the game. In fact, it's probably one of the weaker ones. I mean, it fits, but it's kind of dull. Then there's the area itself. I kind of like the Ruins theme, but for the most part it seems like it's just, oh hey, here's some grass and some lava now. Sonic 2 has a stage that's like that, except it's a lot better. Hilltop is pretty great as opposed to this. This, on the other hand, yeah. Plus, it's rather uninteresting ruins, in all honesty. Actually, to be fair, these aren't really ruins. I mean, this place is in pretty good shape. Very pristine blocks you got here, whoever's in charge. Oh hey, and we're done. Alright, and here's another one of these. I think this is more of a linear path, so this one's a bit harder than the other ones so far, just because it's pretty hard to maneuver. That, and of course, it's very close quarters, so there's a good chance you'll be scraping up against these blocks a lot. Be careful of the yellow and red blocks in particular, because those ones are close to transforming. Basically, I think you more or less follow the rings. They won't lie to you. See, like that arrow of rings, just be very careful right... Oh yeah, that's actually a bit tricky right there. That little turn, and I believe you go to the right. God, one mint is telling me to go up, and the other's telling me to go down. Who do I listen to? It's one of those weird puzzles. One of these mints tells the truth, the other tells lies. You're allowed to ask the mints one question. What is it? Of course, since they're not brothers, there's no really easy way to tell whether or not the mints are lying. Oh, I've got a question. Are you delicious? The mint that says no is the liar. And, of course, we have an Act 3. Yeah, I definitely prefer there being 2 acts, and in fact, thanks to Sonic 2, I can actually confirm that zones with 3 acts are scientifically horrible. Yes, it's been proven by scientists. I don't know which specific scientists, but a scientist has probably said that 3 acts is the worst thing ever. I'm sure of it. But yes, this is probably one of the longest stages in this entire area, so... Oh boy, more Marble Zone. My favorite. I will give this area one thing, though. At least Marble is very sparing with these shields. They will give these... Actually, they're not sparing. They like to give shields out a lot, to the contrary of the thing I just said. Which is good, because I get nicked by a lot of things in this area. I'm not gonna lose any rings, but I'm fine with losing a shield here and there. Yep, fine losing a shield. Sure would suck if something happened, wink wink, that caused me to lose this shield. No? Well, Caterpillar was a good attempt, I'll give you that, but not good enough. Oh, and I haven't actually gone over the spike glitch. This game does actually have a problem in that spikes can be instant kill because there's no invincibility frames after you get hit by spikes. It's kind of like Mega Man and like that in actuality, and in fact I think in some versions of the game, even if you're invincible, spikes can kill you? I may be wrong about that, but yeah, don't land on spikes, because if you land on spikes a second time, then you're dead. That's actually why Green Hill Zone can be kinda dangerous, just because there are a lot of pits with spikes in them rather than bottomless pits. There are actually spikes in a row, whereas here they're just sort of there. There's just like one spike pit at a time, so it's not a big deal. Oh, nice try. Oh, wait, no. That wasn't even a nice try. You took forever to go up. Okay, this could be a bit of a close call, though, so you probably want to wait to the right. Yeah, definitely want to wait to the right, or you get smushed. Get smushed real bad, and of course, that's an instant kill. Smushing is always the worst, as are Caterpillars. The bats aren't really a problem, though. When I say this area has some terrible enemies, I pretty much just mean Caterkiller. In fairness though, he is so terrible that he is like more than one enemy. Yep. Wow, that sure was great how there were absolutely no obstacles there except platforms. Oh man, I might not have been able to jump onto a block off of a very slow-moving block. Thank goodness my reaction time is decent. Otherwise, oh boy, I'd be in trouble. Also be very careful here, because if you get hit, you will very likely fall down to the lower level and you'll have to redo a bit of progress. And that would not be good. Also, I think there's a shortcut in one of these acts that actually allows you to skip a lot of the level, but it's hidden. The shortcut blocks look like any other blocks, so you can't just roll through them. Well, you can just roll through them, but it's kind of hard to tell where they are, and I don't know where they are. But anyway, yes, here's the fight this time. Robotnik is easy. He will try to set the platform you're on fire. Jump to the other platform. It's easy as that. I mean, the only danger here is that fireball in the middle, but it's so slow and Robotnik's so slow. This fight's a piece of cake. Come on, man, the Wrecking Ball was a better attempt. Seriously. Ah well, maybe he'll do better next time. But for now, we've thankfully passed Marble Zone. Thank goodness that's over.